Guys, it's Nadia from LiaDia Designs, and today we're making a tropical ocean two-tier jewelry tray. I posted this on Instagram recently. It is actually an older project that I did last summer, and a lot of people were asking for tutorials. So here we go. Again, this is older footage, so I didn't actually prepare it for a tutorial, so there's a couple steps that are going to be missing here. Basically, it's right at the beginning, which is the first step is I poured a little bit of resin into each of these molds. So it's a very thin layer. One is a 5-inch mold and one is a 7-inch mold. The 5-inch mold probably has about 1 ounce, 1.5 ounces of resin that's inside, and the larger one probably has about 2.5 ounces of resin. That is again just a thin layer, and I heated it, and then now I'm adding in some abalone shells. So basically just add these around the edges and then to give a little bit of heat just to get rid of any bubbles, and we'll move on to the next step. So we'll head into a time lapse and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so our shells are now in place and we can start adding our pigmented resin. All of the resin was actually mixed at the same time as our clear, and I just made 3 shades of turquoise with the 2 mica powder pigments that you see at the top of the screen there. I have turquoise blue from Mayspring and also pearl white from Black Diamond. So we're just going to go ahead and pour these right on top of our shells, and we're going to hope for we're going to hope that they mix a little bit, especially once we heat them, just to kind of see if we can get a little bit of a fade effect. So we'll have the darkest blue or turquoise blue added last in the center. So the way that this technique generally is supposed to work is that pigmented resin is heavier than clear resin. So the pigmented resin is going to push its way down, and it's going to cause the clear resin to kind of find its way up in between it, and it's going to cause kind of a crackle effect. And so that's what's going to give us that really neat effect that we are looking for, that kind of looks like, rippling water and things like that. So and now we're just going to go ahead and just add in any of the leftover resin that we had on top. And again, we're probably going to see that some of this is going to sink down in between and, blend and mix a little bit. So once we get this all set up, then we'll give it a little bit of a heat to just kind of get all those bubbles out and just start the blending process. And then we'll let it sit overnight and unmold it in the morning. So it's the next morning, and we're going to go ahead and unmold these to see what kind of effect we get. Sometimes this technique is a little bit unpredictable. Sometimes you get really deep crackles, and sometimes you get really shallow ones. But in this case, we have a nice mix actually. So again, you can see how those colors blended together a little bit. So you're getting a bit of a fade effect along the edges, which is exactly what I was looking for. And then we'll go ahead and unmold the larger mold. And hopefully that these two are going to match in terms of the effects. So, and yes. And again, this effect is very random, so you're not always going to get a very uniform effect, but again, I think that's part of the beauty of it. In terms of the next steps of assembling this tray, I didn't video that part unfortunately, but I do have another video that I'll link at the top here and also at the end where I show more of that assembly process. But I hope you like this tutorial and you like the effect of this piece. I think it's really pretty. It reminds me so much of clear ocean tropical water whenever I would go on vacation. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment and tell me what you think. Thanks guys. Take care. Bye.